Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Jay's football show, or I don't know what I'm going to call it. It's the. This is just like a little preview video of kind of what I wanted to talk about. Just kind of give you a feel what the regular season is going to be like. The off season, or as I like to call it with most of my serious football head friends, the business season. I'm going to keep a little lower profile on till after the playoffs, or at least till after the Seahawks playoffs, whichever comes first. But with that, I just wanted to kind of talk about the Seahawks with it being the last regular season Blue Friday, and today, just wanted to talk specifically about the season as a whole up to this point. Now, in order for us to make it to the playoffs, we have to beat Arizona in Seattle, and we have to have the Carolina Panthers beat the Falcons. Sorry, Papa Falcon, but go Panthers. I'm all for the Panthers. Jonathan Stewart from Olympia, Washington. I grew up in Aberdeen. We're good. But in all seriousness, the way that we have to win is, or the way we have to get in there is to win and have Atlanta lose. So, with that said, let's go on to the Seahawks season, or as I call it, the season of inconsistency. And it's not just by one factor, Blair Walsh. No, it's the whole team has played inconsistently all season. The defense has played more consistently than the entire team, but they've had their moments of inconsistency too. So that's why I say it's the whole team. We started off the season losing to the Packers week 1. Okay. Packers always play us tough. They had Aaron Rodgers then. I mean, we both had our full teams, I think a few injuries on each, but, nothing too major. The difference is offensive line. The next week, we go and play San Francisco and Seattle. Division opponent, we beat them by 3. 12-9. I mean, seriously? Come on now. We can do better than that. Not blow them out like we got drubbed a few weeks ago. But we could still do better. And then we come up to the one team that I think one of a couple teams that I think we should have really beat and had no business losing to. And that's the Tennessee Titans. Now, this isn't to say the Titans are a horrible team. Not all. I'm not saying that, people. I just think that we could have played a better game. But again, it comes down to the inconsistency part. And for us, it is our lack of a running game. Why? Because our offensive line can't block very well. But then the next week against the Colts to start a 4-game winning streak. Yep, 4-game winning streak. We have a 46-18 whooping of the Colts. Now, granted, they didn't have Andrew Luck. Fine. But you can't say that one player makes or breaks a team. I mean, yes, granted, if we didn't have Russell Wilson, we wouldn't win half the games we've won. But that doesn't mean that he's the only player on our team that's worth anything. Second of all, we beat the Rams, who's now the division champs this year. Guess what? We beat them in LA. They beat us here. We'll go over that one later. But we beat them. So we can show that we can beat people, even with the inconsistency of the offensive line and not playing cohesively as a team. I'm going to skip the next 2 wins, although the most epic game we had of the season was against the Texans, which is the 4th game and final game of that, to move to the Redskins. This is the game where we really had an issue with Blair Walsh. And I mean blatant issue, because when we scored touchdowns in the second half, we didn't even bother, not even hesitate to kick a point after. We seriously went for the 2-point conversion. Why would we do that? Because we lost faith in him. You miss a 44-yard field goal? Okay. That's getting closer to the extreme end of kickers' ranges. I get that. It's like almost there. Almost there. But That's not the point. The next field goal, we got you closer. I was there. I was watching these games, for this specific game. And you missed that. 39 yards. Now, again, not a give me, but pretty dang close for an NFL kicker. The last one you missed, and that's probably the one that I'm the least condescending on, 49 yards. Now, you've hit consistently beyond 50 before your epic game against the Seahawks in the playoffs, which I think still traveled with you to Seattle. You feel that you have so much to prove, so much pressure to alleviate. Just like golfers, kickers suffer the same, mental hurdle. Once something goes wrong, the next thing goes wrong, the next thing, so on and so forth. And it just rolls downhill. It's easy for me to sit here and say that you can't let that happen. I don't do this for a living. I don't understand the exact pressures. And that's fine. As a fan, I understand that. I understand that you are doing something that I am not capable of. But when other people in your line of work are more than capable of doing that, that tells me something about you. That tells me that something isn't clicking, or something has caused you to get a little hiccup in your hitch, I don't know what it is. Hopefully, you can figure that out. Hopefully, we can get this better. That said, we need to play more consistently as a team, because now we're getting to the point where we're starting to get the offensive line better. After the Texans game, we picked up Dwayne Brown, who's now been playing at left tackle. We're getting better at meshing the team together. We go on to play Arizona in Arizona. We beat them by 6. We lose to the Falcons at home by 3 points. No offense, one of my favorite serious football heads, Papa Falcon. I think while I was listening to that game, I think we could have beat you guys. We didn't. The better team prevailed. But I still think that we could have beat you guys that week. We go on to play San Francisco in San Francisco. We win. We played the Eagles, the number 1 seed in the conference. And we beat them 24-10 by 14 points. How do we lose to the Redskins by 3, but beat the Eagles by that much? Is it the factor of the 12th man being loud and raucous? Oh wait, the 12th man was loud and raucous at the Redskins game too. You can't tell me the Redskins are that much better than the Eagles, because the Eagles are the number 1 seed in the NFC. You can't tell me much of anything on why we lost to the Redskins, but we beat the Eagles. As a matter of fact, the Redskins are the only NFC East team to beat us this year. The only NFC East team. We beat the Giants, we beat the Eagles, and we beat the Cowboys. What the heck? Then we lose to the Jaguars in Jacksonville by a touchdown or 2 field goals, however you want to put it. We could have probably won that game. Again, their coaching staff knows our defense, knows how we play. They know how our offense plays. They're a little bit better prepared than most AFC teams against us. Then we come to week 15. The Rams come to Seattle. It is literally like we laid down and just said, here, please walk all over us. I know that's not what our players did. I know that's what no NFL player would do. But come on, guys. We are better than that as a team. I don't care how many injuries we have. Seriously, we are better than that. And yet, you guys, it literally looked like a laydown. I haven't even watched the game, and I have NFL Game Pass. I even have it recorded on my DVR downstairs. And I still have not watched it yet. That's how bad I don't want to watch that. I will, especially preparing for the draft to see what our needs are besides offensive line. maybe some other defensive players. We could draft some more backs, defensive backs, things like that. But in preparing to understand what we need to do for the Cardinals this week, I'm at a loss. I mean, have we done 2 losses in a row and then 2 wins in a row? No, we haven't. So let's see, how did it work? We lost, won, lost. 1, 1, 1. So 4 wins, then a loss, then a win, then a loss. 2 wins, 2 losses, and now a win. So the pattern would say that we're supposed to lose this game, guys. I'm hoping we don't. I mean, Bruce Arians is even saying that, it's like a home game for us because it's we're 3-1 going into Seattle since I've been a coach. And I'm just like, okay. So over 4 seasons, you've won 3 times in our own building. That doesn't mean you're going to beat us this time. Nor does the pattern of our win-loss record mean that we're going to lose to you guys. Doesn't mean we're going to win. Doesn't mean we're going to lose. How do I think about this game? And it all boils down to what our season is. The season of inconsistency. I cannot even begin to figure out how to predict this game, let alone make a pick on it. I'm going to pick the Seahawks because we're at home. I always pick the Seahawks when they're at home. Heck, I mean, if I wasn't a fan, I would pick the Seahawks at home because the 12th man, that home field advantage. But I don't know that I can really do that and feel confident about my pick. I just don't know. So how I'm going to play this is basically, these are going to be my videos, 5 to 10 minute long videos. Seahawks videos probably going to be on either Friday, Blue Friday, or they're going to be on Saturday, depending on what my work schedule and my school schedule looks like. And I'm going to try and sprinkle in a couple game breakdowns of the other teams. Even if I can't show the video, show why I'm doing what I'm doing, or why I'm making my conclusions. I'm planning on getting NFL Game Pass next August to be able to watch and predict the events, like try to study the film, like the professionals do. It's not my dream job to be an NFL network analyst or even an analyst in general. But I love sports, and I want to share that I'm learning about this particular sport better than anything. So, just to close up here, I'm really hoping that the Panthers win, and I hope the Saints win, so that way they stay locked in their spots. We can go into LA, hopefully, and win. Not with the drubbing we had 4 weeks ago, but hopefully we can do better than that. If the Panthers can beat the Saints, then that means we play the Eagles without Nick Foles, although in Philly. I will give them that. And the Panthers go on to play the Vikings. Now here comes the fun part. The Vikings are trying to do something no other NFL team has done this in the entire history of the Super Bowl. And that's play in your own home field for the Super Bowl. I mean, come on, who would not want to do that? I mean, say the Seahawks build a new stadium, not that they're going to, but say they build a new stadium that has a retractable roof, so that way we can attract a Super Bowl here to Seattle. Bonus for the Seattle economy. But would we not want to win our division, get first or second seed in the NFC, just so we have a better shot at getting to the playoffs and getting to the Super Bowl? Wouldn't you? The Vikings have done that. They've put themselves in almost the perfect position to do that. The only thing is they've lost one more game than the Eagles have. So, but anyways, I digress. Hopefully you'll enjoy these. Hopefully you'll find them informative and entertaining during the season. Like I said, I'm going to do one Seahawks because I'm a Seahawks fan. But I'm also going to do a couple other teams, and it will not be like the Patriots say, oh, the Patriots are going to lose because they cheat, or the Steelers or any team that I have beef with as a fan. No, I'm going to try and remain objective and honest, and I will call out the inconsistencies of any team, including the Seahawks. And if we are crappy, I am going to be spewing a lot of negativity towards the Seahawks as much as I do anybody else. I'm also going to try and pull back the fan side of everything, including on my Seahawks videos. I'm not going to try and blame the refs unless it's a blatant, they tackled the guy in the air, kept his hands from getting the ball, and it hit him in the chest and in the end zone, and you don't call pass interference or defensive holding at the very least. I'll call that out. But if it's incidental or, something that I can clearly see that, I can understand why they didn't make a call, I won't argue that so much, That's where I'm trying to get at with my fandom. That's what I want to do with these videos. So I hope you wish me luck. I hope you'll enjoy it. And for my serious football heads, when we play your team, or I'm talking about your team, I'm going to try and plug you guys, aka Brandon the Commish for the Detroit Lions. And I'm actually going to try and gather as many of your names so that way I can make shout outs to you. If I follow you on Facebook, great. I hope that I can get you guys, your guys' input as well. So, take care. Enjoy your last week of the NFL season, no matter who your team is. And enjoy the playoffs. Have a wonderful night.